Devil Wears Prada 2, and that opens.
But smart. Pravda is the communist version. It's
What's up,
Prada.
Brad?
Yes.
You can use that. You can edit that
Yeah.
out, will you?
Yeah.
With Eclipse Dine-In Cinemas Bundoran. Now serving pizza, hot dogs, ice cream, and more. To your seat. Find out more at Eclipse Cinema.
Well, he was feeling bad last week, but he's feeling a lot better because he's on the catwalk today. It's our man at the movies, Collie.
Strike a pose. Yes. It's all fashion today. And I think most people listening will go, if I needed some real fashionistas to give us some advice of what's in style this spring, Seamie and Collie, they're the two old farts that I'd go straight to
We're
for
the t-shirt brigade.
for sartorial advice. I actually was, as you know, for the Zooms that we put on social media, I often, put on something on purpose or the colours or whatever. And I was thinking, oh, I'll dress something fancy for the Devil Wears Prada to match the poster behind me. And I just went, I have nothing, literally nothing, not even as a joke. I couldn't think of anything fancy enough to be in this movie, including the stuff that they're being mean about when they're going, oh my God, I can't believe she's wearing that knockoff thing. I'm going, God, I'd love to have something that nice. So this is a big, big movie, Shamey. This is one of the ones that, often people will go, yeah, I remember the old one. Oh, they're making another one, are they? But there's been people waiting for this for literally 20 years. Since they made the first one, every time Meryl Streep is interviewed, she's asked two things. Mamma Mia 3 and this. So finally it arrived, or it's arrived. I got to see it this morning, and it opens tomorrow. Let's play the clip and just remind ourselves of the world of The Devil Wears Prada.
Runway. It's not just a magazine. It's a global icon. A winding road that brings us back together again.
Hello?
Well, look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
Sorry. Who is this?
We can get the gist of it again, where she's coming back. That's kind of the story, is it?
Yeah, she's coming back. The end of the first one, mild spoiler alert, she goes off to live her own career. She's not going to just be an assistant. She wants to be a journalist. She goes off to it. She's now a very successful journalist. Something happens at the start of the movie that means she goes back to the magazine she got her start with, and Miranda is still there. But of course, it's 2026. So magazines aren't what they were. And she was going, look, we still release a magazine, but it's really all about the website. It's all about the advertising, all about the content on TikTok, etc., Right. So there's a whole different world with tech bros and stuff taking over and investors. And it's just a different world, different budget for, they were saying like, oh, we used to fly off to Africa for 4 days to do a photo shoot. Now we cannot barely rent a studio in New Jersey, sort of thing. Yeah. And so they have moved with the times. This, I'm glad to say, this is really good. This hits the nail on the head. People are going to really enjoy this, because I think there's always a fear. People would almost prefer if they didn't have a second one, if they're going to ruin it, right? And they really don't. And I think why is the same reason the last Bridget Jones really worked, right? Because it's a part of somebody's life. You can go away for 20 years and say, what are they doing now? They're not pretending it's the day after. Do you know the way with some of the action movies, you're going, hang on, he's supposed to still be 35. And nobody would ask him for ID if he wanted free transport on the bus. Do you know what I mean? So we're going in and it's, where are these people now? All the characters have their same personalities, but it's a different world. Miranda is, Meryl Streep's character is as mean as ever, but she's an assistant there going, you can't say that anymore. There was a complaint. And it is very funny. But especially because she's baffled that she can't, she's just going, I am who I am. So it's very entertaining. It's not just the same movie again. People are 20 years older, even if it's Hollywood. So they only look about 4 years older than they did 20 years ago. But it's 20 years on, but also, they don't try and fix what ain't broke. There isn't suddenly like a big action plan, or there isn't suddenly a jewel heist or something like that. They say, this is what works. People want to spend more time with these characters. They want Emily Blunt's character, Emily, to make really catty remarks. Miranda to be just the aloof boss who's just kind of going, I don't remember you, to anyone. And not worse still, she doesn't say I don't remember you. She looks at the person beside her and goes, am I supposed to remember this person? Absolutely cutting, cutting.
Right.
But also there's the kind of the glamour. They go to Milan Fashion Week, and like we were joking at the start, but I wouldn't know me Dior from me Chanel, let alone me elbow, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
but it looks gorgeous. The people are gorgeous. They stay in the fancy hotel. All of that stuff is just beautiful. All the people you like are nice. The people you want to be mean and funny are mean and funny, and you just go, and it's about an hour and 50 minutes, and says thank you very much. Off you go, and you go,
Okay.
job done.
Job
Job
done.
done.
Well, it's
Well,
good
like
that it's
well
good
done to everyone.
for a
It's
sequel.
not going to change the world. It's not a 5-star Oscar movie. It's just a really enjoyable experience. They're going to love it.
They're going to love it. Right. Devil Wears Prada 2, and that opens.
That opens tomorrow. Pravda is the communist version. It's
What's
Prada.
Prada?
Yes.
You can use that. You can edit that out, will you?
Yeah, I will clip. I would cut that out of the live one.
Right, we got an Irish horror next,
Yeah.
and help me with the pronunciation. Hokum. Is it
Hokum. Hokum. And that's
Hokum
really
Pokum. Like,
yeah,
oh, yeah.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of the thing of, this is about an American actor or American guy who comes back to Ireland. His parents were Irish and they wanted their ashes scattered in Ireland. And it's
right.
Adam Scott, who lots of people know from the TV show Severance or Parks and Rec. Very, very recognizable actor. And he comes back, and there's a witch's curse supposedly in the hotel he's staying in. And hokum is what people would say, sure, that's allowed old hokum. There's nothing true in that at all. But there just might be. Now, I'm very excited to see this. I'm going to see this tomorrow. Because about 2 years ago, there was an Irish movie called Oddity. And I often don't watch the horror movies, but I watched that one because it was Irish. And it really blew me away. It was about this blind woman who was convinced her sister was coming back from the dead to warn her.
remember this.
It was
Yes.
really clever, really something different. This is the same writer and director. It looks like something special. Very scary for the weekend.
Yeah. All right. Now, this the Sheep's detective.
The Sheep Detective.
This looks great.
Yeah, it's star-studded
entertaining.
cast. Technically, this is out next week, but we're getting a preview because of the bank holiday weekend, right? So Hugh Jackman, Emma Thompson, Chris O'Dowd, our own Chris O'Dowd in it.
Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman is the farmer. He's found passed away. The Sheeps decide to investigate. It's sort of like Babe style. But you know who wrote this? A guy called Craig Mazin, who wrote Chernobyl. Right?
What?
Yeah, has written this kids' family movie. So no wonder the stars going, I can't wait to see this. This is shown Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then it's really officially opens next week. So when I'm on with Daniel, we'll be talking more about it next week. So I'll get to see it on Saturday. But it looks really good. Again, something like Babe, an all-time classic. It seems not level.
Well, like Babe, and like the sheep do all the talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking sheep. Yeah, we're talking about here.
You've been talking in your sheep, as the song goes. Yes. And there's going to be some bad jokes, but we'll leave them. Jamie's going on holiday, so he's gone giddy. Right? We knew this. We knew this was going to happen. We didn't have serious movies.
Sheep's detectives. This looks good anyway, and it looks good. Real family entertainment.
Yeah,
Proper thing for the
absolutely
weekend.
perfect family. We've actually done well with this because we the Magic Faraway Tree, which is still going. Something all boys and girls, mum and dad can enjoy. This looks like another one of those.
Okay, big hit. Now, you've got something musical for me, and Billie Eilish in concert. 3D.
Again, Billie, this one is also opening next week, but there's a preview on this Monday for the bank holiday, and it's Billie Eilish with James Cameron, the fellow who directed Terminator and Avatar, and it's in 3D. And usually I'm a bit cynical about 3D, but I've seen the trailer and it looks, they really wanted to give something different. If they're saying if people are going to pay to see a concert in a cinema, you got to give them something different. So it's all 3D. Billie Eilish is huge, as you know. Even if my boss said, Billie Eilish, who's he? And you go, no. I'm 20 years older than him, and he didn't know. But she is great, and I think the fans are going to love this. I think it's going to be something special. I remember watching her when she was in Glastonbury and going, this wouldn't necessarily be my type of music, but you have to be really good to be performing in front of a crowd that big on her own as well. Yeah, really impressive.
What's that playing? When's that playing?
So that's playing on this Monday, a 3D. That's a preview, and then it's opening again next Friday. It'll only be around for a very limited amount of shows, 5 or 6 shows only. So get on it.
Okay, 30 seconds on No Ordinary Heist is going to that's our Misted Monday.
Yeah.
Another Irish drama.
Yeah, a very good Irish drama about inspired by the Northern bank heist of 20 years ago. They changed the story a bit. Fine Irish actors and Eddie Marzan. Really worth a watch on Bank Holiday Monday, only $5.50.
Okay, that's it, the movies. And Daniel will be here next week with you. I'm off for a few days. But Collie, enjoy the movies and have a great bank holiday weekend.